Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. I'm Denise. This will probably be a Kipper reading for today unless I get guidance to go in a different direction with it, but I'm going to cover Eric Trump for the month of August. Some of you wanted to check in on him. I left him out of the others, but I probably shouldn't keep doing that. So I'm going to do it now, and we'll see what comes through. I'm curious too. Okay, hold on one moment. Let me bring the camera down over my table. Okay, so I am using Cheryl Marchetti's Kipper, and oops, let me put it over here. And let me focus into Eric Trump, and let's look at his August. Okay. There's our top row. And the bottom, and I'll flip over these ones for the whatever was at the bottom to see if we need that later. I can always draw more cards if things aren't clear, but I think we'll be okay. All right. Now that's his wife, so that would be Laura, and I imagine this would be their friendships, the community that they have. This is a good card. It's kind of hard to spin that card. Oh, except for when you get this card. Wow. So major restrictions on their fortune. And she's looking towards success, but coming down the line, And there's lots of meetings and talk about it with other people. Interesting. Wow. So she's trying to get things going. She's up here in the power, row. Let's see what's at the bottom. Yeah, there's lots of work. Trying to get the details together. Change is coming. She has some control, but this is that poverty consciousness. There's some court battles coming in that has to do with their risky actions in the past. Wow. Let's see. Okay, so good fortune is like I was starting to say, it's really hard for it to be, bad. But because it's all about good opportunities, and it's like the nine. It's so much like the Nine of Cups in the tarot. But it's also our card for, it's our wealth and having good experiences, and you're paid for your work, that type of things. Those types of things, and that type of thing, I should say. Like honoring your calling. And she's looking in this direction, but it's like, no, we're not going anywhere. We're stuck. And so she's looking to speak to whomever to try and, help her work that through. And this is, their community. So this is her, like, having meetings. This is her friends. This is her teamwork, her talking, communicating back and forth, It's often our negotiating card too. So it can be like the Two of Pentacles, but this one right here, hanging over, and this restriction because of their poverty consciousness, where it's just never enough, It's never enough. And their happiness that's dependent upon how well can they work? What can they get together? What are the details? Are they worried about working in a factory? Because change is coming, And poverty consciousness creates poverty somewhere. And then we have here this restriction because of some court decree, some judicial process that has finally delivered some papers. And here this is all about the risks that he... So I don't know what this dude's been doing that's outside of Trump.org, because it's only Don Jr. and Ivanka that's that are signatories on Trump.org. So, but he's got his own dark thing going on. Wow. Huh. Okay. Let's see what was at the bottom of the deck. Now, this is supposed to be his experience for August, remember? So, if it's not August and it's later on, this can be our answer card. But I want to see what's at the bottom of the deck. This could be one of their children with a health issue. Maybe one of the kids gets COVID, or this could be a new problem that is a big old down patch. This is his dad. This is Trump. Wow. So those were the 3 cards that were at the bottom. I like these 3 cards together, don't you? Anyway. So, yeah. So there's some risk he's been taking, and I don't know what it's about, but there's something that's going to be coming through. Let me reshuffle, dig a little deeper in this, and see like what's this guy been doing? What has this guy been doing that has created this risky situation? Let me get the cards shuffled up a little better. Bring the ones from the center to the outside. Oops. Does it matter when I draw from a fan? Why do I even bother? God. Moment of insanity there. Okay. What's the dude been doing? What has Laura, L-A-R-A, Laura and Eric Trump been doing to have this negativity coming through? Like an end, a restriction on their speculation, on their winnings, on their risk. Okay. Let's move the chopstick, move that pen. I need some more room. Okay. All right, what's he been doing? What have they been doing? What is the cause of these negative cards I'm seeing for them? Well, that's their marriage, that's their bond. Yeah, they're successful. This would be his mother. This would be Ivana. Maybe the details of the will is not what he expected. But I was asking what they've done. So this would be the past. Yeah, okay. Ivana and her health issue. And then, health issues that caused her to fall down the stairs. I did not get that there was any foul play there. And there she is, her death. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Well, this is an interesting lesson with the Kipper. Okay. You guys like, please explain. Rosie, explain. Okay. So, bottom line, he was expecting some money coming in for all the kids. He was expecting from Ivana's death, from his mother's death, some big inheritance, some big winnings. Remember, this is the past. This is not the future. This is not what's coming down. This is what happened to cause the negative cards that I had in the previous spread. And this is his bond. Maybe this is why what's her face married him. You know, I don't know if the woman had. The only thing I do know that I do remember is that she was part of the Trump administration, and she was earning 180 grand a year for being his, like, I don't know, PR person. Whatever. But this card has to do with partnerships, relationships. You know, this can be his marriage, but it's also other business partnerships who became successful. And then his mother's here. And he worked and toiled while that's what it is. That's right, you guys. We have to remember that he lived close to her. And he worked and toiled and worked on her while she was ill. And I don't know that Don Jr. would have. Now, this wouldn't be him. He would be the main man, but this would be this could be his ambitions and the ambitions within the marriage, right? And there was deceit. This dishonesty card is about, you know, false pretenses, deception, things like that. There's the mask, you know. So this is what he did in the past. He deceived his mother, and he was waiting for her, you know, death, thinking that he's going to have the big old payout here, right? Because this card is all about abundance. This is a card of inheritance. It is. I just forgot. But it has to be. So besides gambling and like ka-ching, you know, in the slot machine kind of a thing, this is a big old, you know, increase. So maybe in that other reading, well, yeah, because we had, didn't we have the, see, my brain's gone already. No, I remember. We had the restriction card up here. We had the imprisonment card, which is in restriction. So there was a restriction of, I just can't remember what was here, but a restriction of inheritance is what it is, the way I should have read it. Yeah. So, okay, that clears that up. Yeah, and this expectation card here, this waiting and you don't have any control, is knighting up here to the down patch, bad health, and I read in layers too. So this would be his mother, who he toiled, like I said, you know, to help while she was ill, and then she died, and he's waiting for the payout, but it's not probably coming unless there's just a little bit. Because this has to do, reading another layer, has to do with a painful ending over an inheritance. Down patch over an inheritance. That's what that was all about. So, okay, so that's about all he's got going on. I do not see, like, successful work, but they are trying. They're trying. They're trying to figure something out. Because, and I don't know, you guys, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. I do know that none of the Trump children are allowed to be, they're not allowed to create, well, maybe it's only in the state of New York, they're not allowed to create foundations anymore because they all stole from the Children's Cancer Foundation. There were fines and they were banned from being able to open anything like that again. But maybe they can do it in another state. And maybe they've done other things. I don't know, but I'm not seeing a lot of work cards here. I'm seeing ambition under false pretenses to get the inheritance with the mom. Wow. So I don't think I don't feel like there was much love in that family from even the mom. I feel like they all just were sucking up to her best they could, but that's what they do, you know, the whole family. Like, apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it? So, okay. Well, that's it, you guys. Thanks for going on this little experimental journey to see what was coming through here. So, take good care. Bye.